How did Brazil become a dictatorship? Have you ever wondered how Brazil transitioned from a democracy to a dictatorship? The story is quite fascinating and involves a mix of local and global influences, especially during the Cold War. The fear of communism played a big role in this shift. In the context of the Cold War, many countries were anxious about the spread of communism. Brazil was no different. The military and conservative elites in Brazil saw any progressive policies as a threat to their power. This fear was not just local. It was fueled by the United States, which supported regimes that opposed communism across Latin America. President João Goulart took office in 1961 and was viewed as a potential threat by the military and conservative factions. His progressive policies, like agrarian reform and nationalization of key industries, made many people nervous. They worried that Goulart's actions leaned too much towards socialism or communism. On March 31, 1964, the Brazilian military executed a coup against Goulart. This coup was backed by the Central Intelligence Agency and Brazilian business elites who were concerned about Goulart's influence. While the coup was relatively bloodless, it marked the start of a long period of military rule in Brazil. Once in power, the military quickly enacted institutional acts. These acts granted the government sweeping powers to suppress political opposition. The most notorious was Institutional Act No. 5, enacted in 1968. This act suspended habeas corpus, shut down Congress, and legalized torture. It was a key tool for the regime to silence dissent and maintain control. The impact of the dictatorship on Brazilian society was profound. Thousands of people were tortured, arrested, or disappeared. The regime targeted students, artists, journalists, and left-wing activists, creating an atmosphere of fear and mistrust throughout the country. From a communist perspective, the Brazilian dictatorship represented a brutal suppression of progressive forces. It was also seen as a defense of capitalist interests. The actions of the regime illustrated how anti-communist ideology could justify authoritarianism and human rights abuses. The dictatorship lasted until 1985, when Brazil transitioned back to democracy. However, the legacy of this period continues to influence Brazilian politics today. Ongoing debates about the role of the military and the impact of the dictatorship remains relevant. The communist perspective often highlights the need for vigilance against authoritarianism and the importance of protecting democratic rights. So, Brazil's journey to dictatorship was shaped by a mix of fear, power struggles, and the global influence of communism. Understanding this history helps us see the complexities of political power and the importance of safeguarding democracy.